through the city, yeah, you know I keep my dime riding with me while I'm these high.
We live, baby. Hey, look, I got new glasses, dog. I forgot to tell you about that. That's breaking news. New bifocals. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? They still didn't help me see this L that we took because that mug was, bro, that was a slow burn. You hear people say that? Like a slow burn? It was just slow, like a really very slow cut. Like that, it just hurt, bro, the whole time.
It was tough, man, because what you can always expect, what you've been able to expect every single week is that the defense is gonna show up. They gonna show up.
I thought they was still hot for what they had to do. Bo Nix did look good, but I think the defense did all right.
These numbers show that Bo Nix threw 37 passes, only completed 18, was still under 200 yards, did throw an interception.
Yeah.
I mean,
he should have threw a couple more. Stingley had one, I think tipped his hands, and I think Kamari Lassiter had one too that I think he could have caught. He was really upset about. I think both of those could have been two more picks.
That's why they on defense. That's why they not on. That's not playing receiver. That's the game, yo. That's the game. Let's talk about it because I believe that the defense showed up like they always do.
Yeah.
And these numbers for Bo Nix, these is pedestrian numbers. Nobody on this team actually went off. J.K. Dobbins had 61 yards total with 15 carries. Total. So that's not that impressive. Bo Nix had one good run. The other two was garbage. They highest receiving yards going to R.J. Harvey, 5 receptions for 51. This was a total winnable game, bro. But you know what happened? Talk to me.
Yeah, bro. I was gonna say the slow burn was the CJ. Like after that injury, it was like, And I look, y'all can make fun if y'all want, but I call Davis Mills long neck because that boy has the longest, bro, like Bigfoot or something. We just put the little dinosaur. He be not too much on my boy Davis Mills, but boy, you know where he's at on the field.
Talk about Millsbury, bro. The one thing about Millsbury is he's an accurate passer. He is an accurate passer. He's just not a dynamic playmaker. His decision making ain't all that great, and he got literally no pocket presence. If he about to get,
I think he didn't look horrible, but I also think that a couple of those times it was just like a little too high. You know, whenever quarterbacks and receivers they match up and they go run routes together, that's what he's lacking. I feel like he's a backup, so he don't get to see that all the time. But it's like the timing was just a hair off. He was right there though. Like a couple of passes, he was right there. But yeah, bro, Millsbury. Hey, you know what's one thing that's similar between CJ and Davis Mills? Dalton Schultz is eating, bro. Because I swear, my man's is always on the field, bro. Every time he catches the ball, I get excited. Dalton Schultz is the dude.
It looked like Dalton Schultz was his guy. Like he got the most rapport with Dalton Schultz as soon as he got on the field. So yeah, I agree with you fully right there. But you know, I like Mills, but online when CJ was going through his rough patch, it was people calling for CJ's job to put Davis Mills out there, and I really hope that they got a good enough. I really hope that they got a good enough view as to why CJ is the starter and Davis Mills is the backup.
Yeah, bro. I'm glad you brought that up because I don't know what y'all was eating. Y'all need to put that down because it got you sick.
They clowns, bro. They clowns.
Crazy work. Too much candy, man. Halloween's past. You feel me? Yeah. You on to new things. But back to my notes as well, bro. Dalton Schultz, dog. Who else I got on here? Oh, homeboy that's blocked 2 kicks in 3 weeks. Yeah.
Nico Archer.
Yeah.
And don't forget Nico. Nico had the most catches. He had 75 yards. Nico was also good for CJ and for Millsbury.
And I was gonna say I got a little nervous. I don't know if you saw that play where he caught the ball and then kind of went helmet to helmet with somebody. What's wild too, there was no penalty on CJ's concussion, which it looked. I get it. I get it.
That was crazy. I don't get it. They threw the flag and then brought it back. Now he obviously was giving himself up. Now, my
Yeah.
problem with this is that they charged Aziz
Alshire, yeah, last
yeah,
year, bro.
Aziz Al-Shaair, they charged him
Bro.
and suspended him, even though Trevor Lawrence had slid too late.
Yeah,
They
they
charged him
definitely,
anyways.
bro.
They
We all know
suspended him.
Trevor Lawrence slid too late, but they also said that CJ didn't give himself up for an ample amount of time. I think he was, bro.
See,
You see
I
him in
think
the
he
act of
did.
sliding, so I thought that was kind of some boo boo, but
I
that's
feel
just
like
me.
bro reached real low. CJ was going down, he was going down with him, and he was aiming for his head shoulder area. I
Yeah,
think that's pretty clear because he wasn't at the CJ was not at the same point he was when he got hit. He was sliding, so he had went down. So number one, there's that. Two, I fully believe, and I think the numbers would reflect this too. If his
yeah.
name was
If it
Patrick
was Patty,
Mahomes,
yeah,
it
that's
would be
true.
no
Yeah,
question that would have been a flag because in the playoff game last year, they threw those flags out on us consistently.
they
It
love
was ridiculous flags. They threw a bunch of them out, and now because it's our team, they want to hold those. They want to bring them back. That didn't
yeah.
make no sense, bro.
They love
And
Patty
I'm
Mahomes.
pissed. I'm pissed at it because I think that was an illegal hit. Now, when Aziz Al-Shaair did that to Trevor Lawrence, I thought it was a bad hit, but I said he didn't slide on time.
Yeah,
So all of that
yeah.
nonsense that happened after that, it should have been nothing. But in this case, the O-line should have went and beat that dude up. They should have drugged him.
They
That's
started trying to
exactly what should
squabble.
have happened.
They tried to
Then there
squabble
should
up.
have been a flag. Yeah, but then they sitting there all together like it's a kumbaya moment. Like I understand sportsmanship, but if you on the O line and they hit CJ like that, you supposed to be dragging them boys. You
I think the
supposed to
other
be
thing.
beating them up, and there should be a flag coming.
No, you right. I agree with you too. But I think that the other thing too is it's ever changing, bro. It's like we were playing with some backups again. So yeah, David Smith was the backup. You had I think Titus Howard was hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a lot of movement, and I think that would be kind of difficult for me if I had to change positions every week in my job. I wouldn't. It would take me. It would be a learning curve. You know what I'm saying? But I think that Millsbury did his thing for what he had, bro. For him getting in, I think he did all right. I wish he would have. I wish he would have touched the end zone. That's what I wish.
Yeah.
Like if he would have touched the
He had
end
a
zone.
couple opportunities
Yeah,
to win
bro.
that game.
Yeah,
And
bro.
it just goes to show he is not, even though he's a decent backup, honestly, but he's not the guy you want to go to and say, here, go win this game, because he has several opportunities to do so. The problem is when you put the defense out there because you 3-and-outing or you can't you punting every 5-6 plays, then you can't expect them to hold them for forever. And what happened?
I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's what I wrote down. That last touchdown that they scored looked like the defense was just gassed. They were tired, bro. The touchdown and the 2-point conversions, but that touchdown, it just looked like everybody was gassed, bro. They was tired, and
it was ridiculous. That's
the offense got to help the defense
right
by
there.
staying on the field. Period.
That's been the story of our season right there. The defense, I believe, are consistent. But then when it comes to the offense, you can't. It's up and down. So we got defensive players that's out there a whole lot longer than they should have to be, and the numbers ain't gonna reflect how good they are because they always out there. And so this was a totally winnable game. Davis Mills could have brought it through, and we just failed to do so.
I'm